Hey everyone, here's a recap of the Midjourney office hours from September 25th. First, I want to say that I'm doing my best to keep this channel sponsor free, and to do that I need your help, so I'm bringing back my Patreon with some new rewards. If you're interested in supporting my efforts, you can click the link in the description below. Now to the recap. This week their team is doing their annual meetup. Because they're a remote company, they're trying to get to know each other better and enjoy their time together. So the productivity has taken the expected hit. Although David said they are training lots of models. The V7 training is a lot of individual components and they're finding small bugs when they put it together. So they're taking it apart and retraining. He said they were a little ambitious this year and maybe they haven't lived up to the hype. But I just want to clarify, I'm still thankful and grateful that they talk to us at all every week, so just try to take everything in stride. We're all mid-journey. He said the other main thing that is training are the video models, and it looks better every week. In fact, the team is leaning toward releasing a version 6 video model, as sort of like a pre-alpha test run. It's very possible it happens, but still, who knows? They're actually trying to decide if they want to natively render it at full resolution, or if there should be an upscaling process. He said they're experimenting with that currently. They're also collecting 3D data every day, and after a week they should be able to train some models. He says there is a chance that the 3D model will be an extension of the video model, so it could come out slightly after or just before. In fact, they're already debating about version 8 and including things that can't make it into version 7. I know, it gets a little messy trying to keep track of everything. David said they're learning a lot about how to move forward as a company, and I have to say, it does sound a little strange because I feel like they had these exact same conversations last year. It feels a little like deja vu. He said they might have one more psychometric survey, and it would be like a visual personality test, sort of the reverse of what they've been doing so far. Can you tell the personality of someone from the pictures they like? And there might be some sort of personality survey where they will let people answer as many questions as they want and collect free GPU hours. David also said that the storytelling team is preparing for their first demo and interactive release, maybe in the next few weeks, and it might debut in an office hours session. They also launched a section on the website for personalization, and he said it's challenging to make the process go quicker. He talked a bit about the new image editor and how it will probably be the next big release. They're trying to improve the UI first though. He said hopefully it will be ready in October, and they might gate it so that it's only available to higher tiers, as in just annual subscriptions. It would be like that so it's easier for moderation at the beginning and so that people don't abuse it easily. He also said that mobile and desktop apps of the website are coming, but he does not know when that will launch. If you like the art in this video, here is the prompt. A beautiful 3D quilled subject with vibrant colorful paper art and swirls in the sky. Psychedelic art, colorful and dreamy. A fantasy background in the style of a psychedelic style with detailed background elements, a dreamy atmosphere, a fantasy world, a digital painting with an oil paint texture, in a high resolution with sharp focus, a wide angle, and a surrealistic, hyper-realistic style. I use Stylized 60 and 100 as well as Chaos 3, and a special thanks to Abdulkhanai. I found this prompt over on the Midjourney website. If you want a better look at some of my pictures, you can follow me over on Instagram and Twitter at FutureTechPilot. There's your recap of the Midjourney office hours, but make sure you stick around if you want to explore some other AI news. GPT's advanced voice mode rolled out, and have you seen this? It can act drunk.
Oh my god. Like, I can't even. Oh, excuse me. That was so unlaid. Ooh, like, oh my gosh. This bartender needs to hurry up. And that guy over there, like, he's so cute. Oh my god. I need some water.
Okay, that is absurdly impressive. Why can it do that? What are people going to use this for? Is it really just some live action roleplay where your imagination can have immediate feedback? Like, what will you use the advanced voice mode for? I haven't thought of a good reason yet. I tried to get it to do an impression yesterday and it said, no, it can't do that. But then it said, I can do an Australian accent for you. And I said, sure, let's hear it. And it was okay. Kind of stereotypical though. So then I said, how about a New Zealand accent, like an islander, like Jonah Takalua? If you know who that is, I would love for GPT to speak like that. And it said that it can't impersonate specific groups of people. And I was like, okay, like, why is this thing Why does this thing exist? Why is it so powerful, yet it has so many guardrails that if you ever really tried to play with it, you're bound to hit one of these walls? It reminds me of like old video games where, you think you have this vast world to explore, but then there's an invisible wall there and you can't climb on that thing. And there's all these rules set. But those rules were set as a limitation of the technology. Now, this technology can absolutely do things that you can think of, but you're still not allowed to play with it. Do you agree with that? Are the rules too harsh? Are they appropriate? I really don't know. But I'll tell you what, OpenAI CTO, Chief Technical Officer Mira Murati, announces she's leaving the company. So we have GPT and all the capabilities ever increasing. And at the same time, we're losing lead after lead after lead. All the people who saw it from the beginning, who was there at the birth, so to speak, are no longer going to see this thing flourish, or are no longer in charge of making sure it flourishes. I don't know how you feel about that, but it can't be a good thing. Granted, I know OpenAI and these companies are much more than the people in charge. They're made up of hundreds of people, hundreds of smart people. It's a collective effort to create something like ChatGPT. I just can't help think that, why would all these people be leaving? Why would the people in charge of the most advanced technology on the planet not hold on tight to see it through whatever finish line they had in mind? You could argue that Sam Altman held on pretty tight, and it appears he did. But a lot of other staff members, a lot of other senior staff have felt that it's okay to leave the company in the hands of other people. And maybe the one reason I'm a little apprehensive when I hear news like this is that I don't think they're telling you the truth. I don't think whatever reasons they give for leaving are the exact reasons. They're being professionals about it. I would love to know the real reason why you would abandon ship. Is it the direction everyone else is pulling that you disagree with? Is it really just a conflict of interest and you want to go do other things? I don't know, but it can't be good. I thought this post on Reddit was kind of funny. Let me read it out to you. Well, the title is, I think I'm working for an AI. I can't even say that without laughing. It says, sometimes I frequent odd job sites like Craigslist to get a little money. A while ago, I came across a request to take pictures of a home for its listing. The pay was inviting, so of course I replied. Everything went fine. It was easy work. Here's the thing. When I first talked to the guy on the phone, there was a wild delay. I would say something and he would wait about 3 to 4 seconds before replying. I had a conversation with him though, then all of our correspondence after that was over text. The texts are never more than sounds good, great thanks, or here's the info you need. Anytime I call, I get a response that he's in a meeting. Literally anytime I call ever. When the job is done, it's always the same. Would you rather Cash App, Zelle, how do you say that word? Or PayPal, and then great, payroll will send that in 24 hours. And by golly, I do get paid. I've done this a few times now, and it seems odd that those little things are repeated like that. Anyway, just thought I should mention it so that people can tell me I'm crazy, because there ain't no way we're just gonna be working for robots. No way. Some comments are pretty funny. OP about to be in some 14-year-old's TikTok how he's making $7K a month using AI. Someone else said it sounds like the start of a cyberpunk novel. And what I find interesting is that this person recognized something was a little off in the interaction and that maybe it is an AI on the other end. And the second thing is that it's definitely possible that it's an AI on the other end. What kind of rules are going to have to be put in place to make sure that this kind of, is this allowed to happen? Are you allowed to need workers, need employees for a job, but instead of doing the hiring yourself or instead of coordinating it all, you offload that to an AI? If the process runs smooth, who's to complain other than it just being really weird? Is being weird not going to be a problem for people? I'd love to ask this person a question like, okay, let's say it was an AI. Would you still do the work? Because by all accounts, payment's the only thing that matters. Do you care who you work for? If you found out that your boss, a person, was secretly using an AI to make all of their decisions, would you not want to work for the person anymore if you found out you were working for the AI? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, where does this end? When is an AI going to be looking for employees, and when is it going to start hiring other AIs? Are the AIs ever going to know? Are they going to become suspicious of each other? Would an AI care if it had an AI boss? What is happening to the world? And then how about this? This is some news. James Cameron, Academy Award-winning filmmaker, joins Stability AI Board of Directors. I can't believe anybody at any time ever doubted AI. Living through today, September 25th, it was so obvious to me that we would get to this point eventually. A couple years ago, as soon as generative capabilities showed up, I could see this day for sure. Of course, something like this was going to happen. To anyone who ever questioned whether Hollywood was going to accept AI or whether artists were going to incorporate AI into their work, I can't believe they ever casted a doubt on public opinion. And there was a lot of doubt cast on that topic. James Cameron, maybe the most successful director of all time, you could argue, I'm not trying to disparage anybody, just saying like that's a really big name to hop on the board of an AI first company. And think about how big of a pull that is for Stability AI. If you're thinking, what tools does a filmmaker need? Yeah, you could ask a bunch of students, you could ask a bunch of indie filmmakers, or you could ask the guy. You could show him prototypes, you could show him workflows, or you could just straight up ask, like, hey, if you were creating a shot, what kind of interface would you be expecting? What capabilities would you need before you gave it the green light? When would you expect to be using AI? Is it just in concepts, storyboarding, or is it, hey, there's a shot that'll cost $24,000 if we rent that apartment over there, but I already have the 3D scans of my actors, and all we need is a little dolly shot of the person walking to their room, and then we have the inside of the room, the set it's already built. Like, is that when James Cameron would want to use AI for a shot or two? I would love to be a fly on the wall to hear the pitch and to hear the acceptance and the reasons why James Cameron would agree to this. Because it's just a slot on the board of directors, so it's guidance, it's observing the process, and it's mentorship in a way. Sort of like, there's not a lot of responsibility on James Cameron, but he is a lot closer. He almost has his hands on the wheel. Maybe he's just really curious, and this is one way for him to explore. But he did have this to say. I've spent my career seeking out emerging technologies that push the very boundaries of what's possible, all in the service of telling incredible stories. I was at the forefront of CGI over 3 decades ago, and I've stayed on the cutting edge since. Now, the intersection of generative AI and CGI image creation is the next wave. The convergence of these two totally different engines of creation will unlock new ways for artists to tell stories in ways we could have never imagined. Stability AI is poised to lead this transformation. I'm delighted to collaborate with Sean, Prem, and the Stability AI team as they shape the future of all visual media. Very corporate, very professional, but also very telling that game recognizes game. He sees where Stability is going, he sees where AI is going, and he wants to partner with it in a strategic way. I'm sure when he started using CGI 30 years ago, there must have been articles or people saying things like, oh, he's taking the easy way. Actually, I don't know what people would have said, but I can bet that they hated on CGI in the same way or in a similar way that people nowadays might hate on AI. I guess I don't know for sure, but I'd love to hear what you think. Is this as big of a deal as I think? Probably it is. Thanks for joining me in this little news recap. I'd like to do this every Wednesday if you're interested. Please let me know what you think. I hope you're doing well. Take care, and I'll see you next time.